Alright my dear, so this is Ujjwal Kumar Sen, and in this video tutorial you will learn about overall heat transfer coefficient. And if you have been watching my videos, then probably you have noticed that I am sharing lot more questions those has been asked in GATE previous year with each and every topic. That's why you'll have basic concept as well as numerical approach to solve the problem. Okay, so keep watching and learn something about overall heat transfer coefficient. Okay, so basically what is it? Overall heat transfer coefficient is denoted by capital U. Its unit is watt per meter square Kelvin. Okay, and what is the formula of this? Q is equal to UA theta M. And probably if you have studied heat and mass transfer, then you know what is theta m. Theta m is LMTD, logarithmic mean temperature difference. A is area, U I have already shared with you, and Q is heat transfer rate, which is in watt. So this is all about heat transfer, overall heat transfer coefficient, heat transfer rate, and all terms, right? So let's go for the numerical problem. But before going to numerical problem, how we can utilize this overall heat transfer coefficient, and how this overall heat transfer coefficient is helpful to find out temperature even, okay, and even required heat area. So are you interested to know that problem? I am sure you are interested, right? So what do you think? Should you go for that numerical problem, or we will end this video here? I hope you wanted to watch that problem and wanted to know that problem, right? So let's go for it. Go. Wait for a few seconds only, 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, here is the question for you. So we got this question. I hope right now you can read the whole question. Okay, that's why I have written like in that way. So what we have given, basically we have to find out required heat exchange area in meter square. That is it. Now what we have given, basically we have given a heat exchanger, a hot water flowing this heated from this, and this the water. Okay, there is nothing, but most important thing is that we haven't given any. What type of heat exchanger basically we have given? This is a counter flow heat exchanger. So at least in case of heat exchanger, after seeing what type of heat exchanger we have given, just draw a diagram of counter flow heat exchanger. That's why all elements given in this numerical problem you can put there, and it will be quite easier for you to find out the answer for the numerical problem. Okay, I hope you are getting me. So let's draw the diagram for counter flow heat exchanger. Okay, this is a counter flow heat exchanger, and it is flowing like this: hot fluid and cold fluid. This is TC1, this is TC2, this is TH1, this is TH2. Well, in my previous videos one of my viewers told me, don't be in hurry, try to make us understand slowly. That's why these days I am putting lot more time to make videos more slow and to speak slow. That's why you can understand even if you are beginner. Okay, so what we have given, cold water already given. Water is flowing at this much. So what we have given, 0.1 kg per second cold water from heated from 20 degrees centigrade to 70 degrees centigrade, 20 degrees centigrade to 70 degrees centigrade. Okay, now hot water is stream flowing at this same kg per second and entering at say 90 degrees centigrade. The specific heat of water is both the cases same joule per kg Kelvin. Here also 4200 joule per kg Kelvin. So don't need to be panic, because both the cases we have same, right? Now what we have given, density of water is this much. So density is equal to mass by volume, that is 1000 kg per meter cube. If overall heat transfer coefficient U for heat exchanger is, we have given U is equal to 2000 watt per meter square Kelvin, right? And the required heat exchange area A we need to find out. So we know that Q is equal to UA theta M. Now what we required, we have given u, right? So what we required, basically we need to find out LMTD we have to find out, and also Q we need to find out. So there are two things we need to find out, and we have given all things what we require to find out these two things. And after finding out these two things, we can put all values here to find out the answer of the question has been asked. So first of all, let me find out Q. So basically what is Q? Q is equal to, we know that, mCp delta T. Okay, so what is mCp? Heat capacity. So heat capacity M is 0.1 and here 4200. Delta T, if we'll say this way, delta T means change in temperature difference. So 70 minus 20, how much? 50. So basically what we're going to get, 420 here into 420 into 50. So the answer will be what? 420 into 50. 420 into 50. So 21,000 watt. Don't forget to write unit, because without writing unit you cannot get the right answer. So remember that unit play most important role for any numerical problem. If you are, at least if you are preparing for complete examination just like GATE or SSC JEE or any other examination, just like UPSC examination also coming in front of you also, right? So let's go for it. So we have given Q, we have find out Q. Now what we have to do, we have to find out theta, theta m, that is LMTD. So LMTD is equal to how much? Theta 1 minus theta 2 natural log theta 1 by theta 2. So if we'll say what is theta 1 and what is theta 2, right? For this we need to find out that one value, that is TH2. We don't know what is TH2. So for finding out TH2, we have given a formula, that is mCpC TC2 minus TC1 is equal to m dash h CpH TH1 minus TH2. Though this value is same, that's why it will cancel out, and what will have TC2 minus TC1 is 50. Already we find out from here. So 50, TH1 is 90 minus TH2. So TH2 is equal to 90 minus 50, 40 degree centigrade. Okay, so this is 40 degree centigrade. So theta 1 is difference of these two, so 20 degree centigrade. Theta 2 is difference of these two, 20 degree centigrade. How? So not how exactly. So what is it? Theta 1 is equal to theta 2. So this is only possible in case of counter flow heat exchanger. Remember that. I am repeating again. Theta 1 is equal to theta 2, only possible in the case of counter flow heat exchanger. If it is the case, then what you need to do, you need to say like this: theta 1 is equal to theta 2 is equal to theta m. That means theta 1 is equal to theta 2 is equal to LMTD. So the value of LMTD here is only 20 degree centigrade. So only 20 degree centigrade. Now what we have given here, what we have given a formula, and we have find out Q is 21,000. If we will send this theta m this side 20, and U is how much? 2000 is equal to A. Okay, unit is as it is because we haven't changed anything, so don't need to take care of it, because area will become automatically in meter square only. So what we did till now, we have find out value of Q, we have find out value of theta m by using simple formula. And most important thing, if we'll solve this problem, then probably the concept of heat exchanger you will completely understand, because we have used numeric, we have used 1 2 3 4 formulas here. So these 4 formulas play most important role for solving any question related to heat exchanger. But here one thing is missing, that is we are using only counter flow heat exchanger. We are missing parallel flow heat exchanger, because most of the time we also have seen question from parallel flow heat exchanger. Okay, so what is the answer of this? 21,000 divided 20 into 2000 is equal to how much? 0.525 meters square. So let me see the option. 0.2, yeah, here is the option. So right answer for this question is 0.525. So I hope you understand the numerical problem as well as concept. I wanted to make you understand. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video and got something new from this video. Thanks for watching. See you soon in my next video. Bye bye.